Come on. Sam. Doing those 2 extra panels yesterday on the fence just kicked my butt. Being on the slope that they were just made it harder. I slipped a few times. Once almost down the hill. I dug the holes a lot better this time, so it only took 1 barrow mix to actually do the 2 holes. They were more accurate. I've got to talk to my neighbour from here down if I want to do screwing the panels to the posts. I need to be on his side of the fence, the old wire fence. I just got to check with him that he'd be okay with me doing that. But today, I felt like crap this morning. Back took ages to sort of limber up, and then I felt it all down through my thighs and my butt, all the bending and crouching, that sort of thing. I was a bit worried about little Sam. He had delivery come and I had to go downstairs to it. And of course the boys are barking at the top of the stairs and start heading down the stairs. Batman, he's already started to go down. I start walking down, Sam's coming down behind me, and then he tries to run around me to go down the stairs. And as he runs around my feet, he goes right across the top of my foot. Just as I'm picking it up off the step, got straight under his butt. Because I was walking down quickly to get down to the delivery, it just lifted him up off the step. He lost his footing. He slid halfway down the stairs with his all splayed out with his legs. He caught up to Batman, and when he caught up to Batman, he flipped over onto his back and then landed on the floor at the bottom of the stairs, which thankfully is padded carpet. But so worried about him. My wife said he looked like his back was a little sore this morning, but he's been walking around and running around okay. Probably like me right now, sort of waking up really sore and stiff and then sort of limbering up throughout the day. As his sweater says, he's our fur baby. Come on. That's the boys. Taking a break in yard work. I've been using the whippersnipper, weed whacker. I've done all of the front yard, up along the street, and all the stuff around the front yard where all the planters are and everything. Started doing the backyard. Got a good portion of it done until it ran out of fuel. And I'm not really sure what it is. The whippersnipper does not want to restart and run hot when you refill it. You refill the tank, start it. Sometimes it's hard, it won't start. Other times it'll start, it'll idle. As soon as you try and rev it, it stalls. It's just annoying. Let the engine cool, starts fine and runs fine. It's 3:20. I've already let it cool for a bit and I went, no, I've still got a fair bit of work to do in the backyard. So we will get out and have a walk while the engine cools properly. It means I'm not really in walking shoes. I'm still in those army boots. I guess when you think about it, cadets have to march and walk and trudge everywhere in these boots, so they are really comfortable, which is why I end up wearing them to death. They've picked up a rather nice green tinge from mowing the yard. Been all icky rainy today. Started a bit during the night, so it was wet outside. Continued through this morning, and I'm actually putting some faith in the weather forecasting on my phone because it says 4 o'clock, which is in about 12 minutes. Basically from there onwards there's no chance of rain. As per my usual plan, the last couple of the days of the holidays is always when I do all this sort of prep work for getting back to school. I spent all this morning rejigging the timetables back. A DP is coming back, which means I'll be back in my role as head teacher. So I had to get classes back on my timetable, change allowances for my two ICs and put them back on to their classes if I could, where possible. Head teacher Hizzy has left because they got a position, just another head teacher position, but it was a lot closer to her house. Timetables had to be rejigged as well there because we got somebody stepping up as relieving head teacher, classes having to be taken off them, somebody having to be put onto classes that belong to the old head teacher. Great big puzzle happening this morning. I think I've got it all sorted, but I'm sure there's going to be more changes around the corner. And started looking at my uni stuff. That starts tomorrow, but the modules are already online. Just before coming out here, I started up on mandatory training that I had to redo because it was due on anaphylaxis training. I'll continue that when I get these guys back after our walk. Yep, it's Monday, back to work, and it's raining. It said it was going to be sunny down here. It said there was possible rain up at the house, but maybe it'll get sunnier later in the day. College Development Day. All 5 campuses are getting together at our campus. Keynote speaker in the morning, a couple of workshops. I don't know what workshop I'm in yet, because you had to choose them last term, and we were going to be told what groups we're in when we're signing in this morning. Faculty workshop in the afternoon. I'm the coordinator of it and have no idea what we're doing. It wasn't on my radar last term. I'll figure that out. Slept like crap. Been awake since 4. Could not get back to sleep. Had a hard time falling asleep. Usually happens the night before going back. Your head's thinking too much about the first day back. Even if you're not consciously just sitting there thinking about specific things, your head is too wound up on it, because you've been thinking about it all day. And got a message from one of my staff to say that our staff room's been blocked off by the workers who are redoing all the school roof. Said they were supposed to be doing all of that during the break. All of a sudden it's blocked off this morning, and one of my staff who's running a workshop, all her stuff for the workshop is in the staff room. Find out if there's any further information when I get there. Current state of our block. This is upstairs. Of course they're still doing the roof, as you can see. They've done the iron over the kitchens, but the textiles rooms and the laser rooms still have all the tiles over it, and obviously this walkway. They said they were going to get it all done in the holidays, and weather was good in the holidays. A little disappointing. What can you do? Day's over. Just got to go grab my bags and go. Wednesday already. Spent yesterday doing handover with the DP, trying to get her up to speed with everything that happened last term. She's away today though, so I'm going to be deputy again today. First 2 days back with the kids, and I haven't been on class, or I won't have been on class. Disappointed some of my year 10s yesterday because they would have had me in the afternoon, and year 11 have missed out on a few periods, and yesterday would have been like our double again. Tomorrow I'll just be back to being in my faculty full time and with my classes. My year 12 timber came up to me yesterday when their exam was finished to see if they'd be able to go in the workshop. I said, I can't right now because I'm doing handover. Let's aim for me to come up in our normal class. So I'll mention that to all the staff today. Year 12 do want to have me up there last 2 periods, or 5 and 6, so one's after school. Do want to make sure that we can get them finished with a good quality product and their folios. Yesterday became a very busy day up in the deputy's shed. It didn't start that way, but it became that way, and I had to make quite a number of phone calls to parents in the afternoon because I wanted to inform them of what had happened and how their students were beginning the term in the first 2 days. I need to have a short meeting with the DP and the principal this morning just to give them a heads up on some of that stuff. DP because she was out, principal because he had to go out in the second half of the day. So today's first day back up in faculty. Year 12 are doing their trial exams. They want to try and be able to come up to the workshop when they don't have an exam. As long as I'm available, that's fine, just in case they need to use machinery. I would normally have them this morning, so I might be on exam supervision. Check the day sheet when I get to school. It was funny yesterday, Arvo, though, because I had to make so many phone calls. I was up there and making sure I had my notes typed up, and the cleaners started to lock up and turned on the alarm and forgot I was upstairs. Heard the commotion downstairs and looked at the time and went, whoa! Jumped up, logged out of the computer, jumped up, grabbed my stuff, ran out downstairs, apologised and left. So just finished a community fire unit training practice this morning, getting used to the pumps and the hoses and using the siphons and that sort of stuff. So that's been my first official one since becoming an official member. Haven't got all of my uniform yet. Comes in bits and pieces apparently. So still waiting on all of those. Got my helmet, pants. Haven't tried the pants on yet. The gloves were too small, so I've got to get another size of gloves. Possibly here, chainsaws. So next door is getting the trees on the other side of his house removed at the moment. I'm about to get the waterproofing paint to go and waterproof that wall. Let's get onto that. There we go, first coat of the waterproofing pond paint right up the side. This is probably overkill, really, but all of this I need to just make sure that water is not going to come through the bottom, and even when I do the concrete here is still below grade of the laundry, so I just want to make sure that we don't have water leaking up into the laundry, the bathroom in there, all of that sort of stuff. Next part will be to waterproof the inside space that's in behind there. Sunny, but just a little cool. That's why they got their jumpers on. Get our exercise while ever there's good weather. I've got stuff to do for uni, but I really want to do stuff around the house as well with the weather being so nice. And I'm doing laundry in the meantime, so I might have to just balance it all somehow. When I get back from the walk, I'll do another coat of the pond paint because it says you can do it after at least half an hour when it's touch dry. Get in there, do a second coat, and that'll probably be the end of that barrel, the bucket that I've got, which has done a lot of waterproofing. That's a second coat of the waterproofing compound, and I've also gone underneath the aircon, so up to the front corner of the house. I could probably do extra up here, but I've actually run out of the compound. This was the very last of it all. Yeah, a little kookaburra. Sit in the willow tree.